Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to take you with me in one of the most memorable trips I ever had in Japan. I love Okinawa because it is very much different in Japan. It is most likely like the Philippines because of its weather and culture. Okinawa is a Japanese prefecture comprising more than 150 islands in the East China Sea between Taiwan and Japan's mainland. It's known for its tropical climate like the Philippines, broad beaches and coral reefs, as well as World War II sites. On the largest island, also named Okinawa, is a Okinawa Prefectural Peace Memorial Museum. It commemorates a massive 1945 Allied invasion and the Churaumi Aquarium, which is home to whale sharks and manta rays. The name Okinawa means rope in the open sea, a fairly apt description of this long stretch of islands between the four main islands of Japan and Taiwan. Consisting of 49 inhabited islands and 111 uninhabited islands, Okinawa has a tropical climate. Unlike the other Japanese tropical islands such as Ogasawa Islands, Amami Islands, and Tokara Islands, there are frequent flights from all the major cities of Japan, which helps Okinawa remain one of the major tourist destinations for the Japanese. Every year, there are more and more foreign visitors going to Okinawa, but the number still remains low compared to the tourist destinations on mainland China. So let me discuss history of Okinawa. It is the oldest evidence of human existence on the Okinawa Islands. It dates back to the Paleolithic era. As I've said earlier, Okinawa has a different culture and it has their own language and customs. Okinawans still regard themselves as different from the mainland Japanese, and some still harbor a certain degree of resentment towards the mainland for the brutal way the islands were treated as colonies and during World War II. Okinawans proudly call themselves Uchi-Nanchu or Sea People in the local dialect and talk of the way things are done on the islands. Okinawa's most famous export worldwide is the martial art of karate. In recent years, Okinawan culture has become quite popular throughout Japan, thanks to popular musicians and local foods. Okinawan music is very attractive and unique because of the mixture of original Okinawan sounds and American rock, jazz, and other sounds from the USA. On the roof or at the gate of almost every house, you will spot the Okinawan Shisa or guardian lion dogs, one with its mouth open to catch good fortune, the other with its mouth closed to keep good fortune in. Most people come to Okinawa for the sun and beaches. Even in midwinter, when many areas of the main island Japan teeter around the freezing point, temperatures rarely dip below 15 degrees Celsius in Okinawa. Cultural attractions are rather more limited as the Japanese invasion and subsequent brutal colonization, coupled with fighting in World War II, did a regrettably thorough job of eliminating most traces of the Ryukyu Kingdom. So now let me introduce to you the one of the most visited aquarium in Japan, which is the Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium. This aquarium introduces you to the mystery of Okinawa's marine creatures, starting with the naturally lit coral sea tank, which exhibits a large selection of coral reef. Next is the enormous dynamic Kuroshio sea tank, where you can observe the world's biggest fish, as well as whale sharks and manta rays, which, in a world first, the aquarium has succeeded in breeding. And as you go deeper into the aquarium, you will eventually encounter the deep sea tank, in which the mysterious deep sea of Okinawa is reproduced, allowing you to experience Okinawa's entire underwater world. Okinawa Expo Park allows you to experience Okinawan's rich nature, surrounding waters, history, and culture, as well as providing a fun encounter with dolphins. Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium is one of the most popular destinations in the park. Whale sharks as long as 8.7 meters, manta rays, and a wide variety of fish swim in the gigantic tank. The enormous acrylic windows that allow such a breathtaking view are 8.2 meters high, 22.5 meters wide, and 60 centimeters thick. Enjoy the thrill and excitement of having sharks, rays, and migratory fish of the Kuroshio Sea almost within reach. Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium, one of the largest aquariums in the world, has succeeded in raising a number of whale sharks in captivity for the purpose of breeding. Much is still unknown about these regal creatures, and the Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium seeks to solve the mysteries of the whale sharks. Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium was the first aquarium in the world to succeed in raising and breeding Manta alfredi. It is one of the largest species of ray. The enormous tank, continuously supplied with fresh seawater, has made it possible for visitors to marvel at the colossal, beautiful forms of these manta rays. The coral sea tank, depicting Okinawa's beautiful ocean, has been designed without a roof. Bathed in natural light, the expansive 300 meters tank is home to our coral display. Most of the coral here has been cultivated for over a decade. The fish who inhabit this coral reef busily dart about and serve to keep at bay seaweed and sea anemones that would otherwise hinder the growth of the coral. Enjoy the sight of coral growing in its natural state on its reef. Did you know that the sea floor surrounding Okinawa is inhabited by a plethora of mysterious creatures? In this section, you can observe deep sea creatures that live 200 meters to 700 meters below the ocean surface. You can see flame snappers, black snook, luminescent shrimp, and other such rare creatures said to be extremely difficult to raise in captivity, as well as get more information on the deep sea environment and its inhabitants through videos and text in the explanatory corner. Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium is part of Ocean Expo Park and is considered one of the biggest and best aquariums in the world. Its tanks are massive enough to accommodate a whale shark. Located on the coast of Motobu Peninsula, the aquarium was rebuilt in 2002 and is now home to 740 different species of underwater life. When you go to the Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium, don't miss the feeding times at the Kuroshio Sea at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Also, the Deep Sea Experience Room, where you can see creatures who live at a depth of more than 200 meters in tanks that recreate the pressure, light, and water temperature that they need to survive. Outdoor dolphin shows, which are free of charge, it is shown 4 or 5 times a day. Also, be guided by the tours of the Retum and Tropical Dream Center in the Ocean Expo Park. There are so many ways to go to the Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium and the Expo Ocean Park. These serve a number of bus routes, and it takes about 2 hours from Naha. As you enter the aquarium, you will discover a pool where you can touch living starfish with your hands and a tank containing a breathtaking display of living coral, the first large-scale exhibit of this type in the world. One of the most popular exhibits is the main tank, known as the Kuroshio Sea. The tank is so large that it provides a home for the whale shark, which can measure up to 12 meters in length. The tank also accommodates Manta Rays and many species of rare fish. A considerable volume of water is needed to fill this tank, about 7,500 cubic tons of it. The acrylic glass wall which separates the tank from spectators is 60 centimeters thick. You might think that the mighty whale shark would make short work of the tiny sea creatures around it, but despite its size, it is a peaceful creature that lives on plankton and fish eggs. Be sure you don't miss the shark feeding displays, which are held twice a day at the Kuroshio Sea Tank. Manta rays are notoriously difficult to keep, and they had never been known to breed in captivity until 2007, when one of the rays at the aquarium gave birth. Since then, there have been 3 more newborn manta rays at Churaumi Aquarium. It was a feast for the eyes and the soul, and the Okinawa cuisine made an equally impact on my taste buds. Okinawa food possesses a rich history and taste that is wholly unique to the island, one that must be tried to be believed.